Yeah, you have this larger-than-life show, and it's sounding already like you folks are like preparing mentally for this balance. And I think this show is in perfect hands of a balance because you have director and choreographer Whitney Brannon taking this show on. She is the master of juggling 10 hats at once and then making it look flawless and making everyone else in the picture look as much flawless as she is. What has collaboration been like with her through the rehearsal process so far?
I love Whitney. This is my second show I've gotten to do with Whitney. I'm so very thankful to have worked back to back with her. She will move mountains for you as long as you're willing to move them with her, you know. You know, such a strong person to follow into battle. And I'm always super excited to work with Whitney. It's been nothing but amazing process learning from her.
She focuses so much on making sure everyone's comfortable. And like, I think one of her biggest goals is she's like, I don't want you to feel we're going to do everything we can to make sure you feel as prepared as you can. And like, she just really takes care of her actors and her crew and everyone. Like she really cares, so.
Absolutely. And on top of that caring, she's got a very clear vision of what she has in mind of where the action is, and she allows each actor to bring out that action for their own way, and that is really a wonderful kind of aspect of her directing that I just really treasure.
I know, like, for me, I really enjoyed tap like in school, and I had just started dancing when I had gotten to college. So I am very like a flash and trash tapper. And Whitney was giving me all these like very technical steps to do, which was like, it was an honor like being able to learn those things, but I was like, I don't know that I'm gonna super be able to execute these during like under pressure.
Right.
I might choke. And so she was like, all right, well, let's do something else. Like it doesn't have to be that. And we collaborated on the Tin Man tap to make it something that I felt comfortable doing and that I felt good doing, because that's what Whitney wants first and foremost, is for the actor to feel comfortable and to make sure that they're gonna be doing what like they feel the most comfortable doing and what they look the best doing.
One thing I want to know is, with the Cowardly Lion, what are you tapping into for this role, and what is this role teaching you along the way?
Okay, so I've always loved cats and felines in general, and so I've always had like an affinity for playing a type of role that was like a cat, and but my mom actually nicknamed me Tigger when I was a kid, so I wanted to put a little bit of that cartoon, yes, and a little bit of that cartoonesque character into it, and then of course the original is a huge inspiration, and that's always going back into what I'm looking for, but then a little bit of the cartoon of Tigger and all the cats that I've had in the past. I've been cat sitting for people and using their cats as inspiration too. I mean, just kind of trying to find it wherever I can get it inspiration-wise. And what I've learned is that, I mean, everybody's afraid of a little bit, and the strength to get over your inner fears is always within you. Even those little furry cats that I see, they're brave enough to get through anything that comes their way, and just like the Cowardly Lion does in the show. So
I love that, and I love that personal anecdote that is being put into this. I'm having that connection there. I think that's really beautiful. Now, Miss Patsy the Droid, I'm gonna say something bold, and no one's gonna correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Because that's how it is. But I truthfully believe that we can identify you as the Dorothy Gale of Playhouse on the Square, because you are somebody who has made her way out, that has been like grew up in this environment quite literally because of your dad being your dad, our executive producer, Michael the Truitt.
Because he's nasty.
But you've made your way out where you've gone on to study theater in New York. You've gone on to premiere a musical in Nashville, and for a brief moment had this performance interaction with like the Leslie Jordan, R.I.P. So you've had all these great experiences, but you always make your way back to Memphis. So what I want to hear is, how have you put your personal life experience into tapping into Dorothy Gale?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that. I think like I recently have had such a love for being home in Memphis, and it's the first period of time in so long where I I've been moving like to and from New York, like on and off for a few years now. And I'm done with that. Like, I'm like, I just want to base myself here. And I don't mind traveling, but I want to like stay here. And I feel so connected to the community right now. And I feel so connected to my parents. And I love being in the same city as them. So I just, in the show, I mean, it's almost a mirror experience of wanting to leave and then wanting to come home very quickly. Yeah, I don't know. She wants to come, I feel like what's weird about The Wizard of Oz is Dorothy wants to come home immediately. Like she doesn't, and she doesn't even, she doesn't even want to leave before she leaves. Like she's already, she goes on this whole journey already having the conviction that she's like ready to get home. Which I think is a little different than my experience. Like I enjoyed the ride, and I think she enjoys the adventure too. She just is very, she's following her goal to get home. So.
What do you think she's wanting to go home to?
To comfort and love, and like I think comfort's the word that comes to mind for me, because I think she doesn't feel. I think the whole thing that spawns the plot is that she makes a rash decision because she's upset about her dog being taken away, which is very legit. Where was I going with that?
Well, the comfort, it's just, I know what you're talking about. It seems like it's like a place you belong. Right.
Yeah.
And
well, and it's just cozy. It's like, there's no place like home. Like, it's just cozy. And
ding, ding, ding. And I think it's, before we see the tornado, we have that interaction with Dorothy, and she has this aha moment. She's like, oh, I think I've just hurt the people who love me, and I love them as well, and I need to make things right. And she doesn't immediately get that opportunity. She gets picked up and swirled away, and she makes her way back, and she's like, I'm persistent to make home because I have unfinished business to make right. Because home is with the people that we love in that community. And I think that's definitely speaks volumes to here in Memphis, because a lot of folk come in and out of this city all the time, but always find their way here because there's something special in the water. Maybe it's toxic waste. I'm not sure.
No, it's the aquifer. It's the aquifer.
Yeah, it's all in the aquifer.
Yeah,
definitely. It
that.
was blessed.
Yes.
By, spiritual angels many years ago.
Oh, yes.
I was here. But I will definitely say that. I think that it is being someone, Robert, you can speak to this too, who, was born here, grew up here. I moved away for 10 years, started a family. And then the moment that I was able to come back to Memphis, didn't even realize that I wanted to. Like, I came back for work, for a different type of work. And I was like, I'm here just for a little bit, and then I'm going to go off again. Came back home, and the Memphis that I left was not the Memphis that I came back to. And, but the one thing that was always constant was this theater community, and it just grew, and it's gotten better over time. And I really think that it's because of the influx of amazing artists like you, Robert, you, Patsy, Tyler, Christian. Like I always say that I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. Like there was, the old school dudes, like the old heads, like, your dad and the late great Ron Gordon and Jim Ostrander and all of them that were like holding down the fort while I was like growing up, but I was at the weird age. I say I was the in-between because I, worked on stage with Jenny Odomatin, Kim Justice, and Cyril and Archibald and all those folks, and they were my teachers, but they were also my castmates and members and friends and stuff. And then I'm also young too. So, but I'm saying all that to say that I am really excited for the future of the Memphis theater community because you hit it on the head, Patsy. I can live here, but still work and make this my career and do this professionally because I can travel, I can go out. We have an international airport, and what I want is for more of that because there's so much amazing talent already in Memphis with the programs and things that bring in great, amazing talent. I would love for folks to say, I am really cool and happy here in Memphis. I'm going to go and do my regional theater thing. I'm going to go and do shows in New York. I'll go and do movies wherever. But Memphis is home. And that is just even better for our city, this community, our theater community in particular, because then it comes to a point where, you know, Robert and I are looking at scripts and we go, man, we really need to do this show. Oh, this is a Patsy Detroit show right here, you know? And then it's a quick call to go, hey girl, what you doing?
Yeah.
You know,
one of the
in the spring.
something,
Don't book because we got something for you, you know?
Yeah, what is it?
Not yet. Talk to me later.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Carla McDonald told me something once that stuck with me when we were doing a photo shoot, like back when I was in high school, is she was like, I hate when people tell me that I got stuck in Memphis, because I did not get stuck in Memphis. I chose to stay here because it's so wonderful and because like it's home and it's where I'm comfortable and there's great opportunities here. Like as far as I remember, she just doesn't like the word stuck. And I think about that too sometimes, like when I feel stuck, I'm like, I shouldn't phrase it that way. I should phrase it like I'm in a period right now where I wish I wasn't here, but I can come back, like I can figure it out.